Hello, everyone, and welcome to podcast 9 3/4, a Potter podcast. I'm your host, the Half-Blood Princess. In this video, I'm going to go over how the Harry Potter movies left out a big Barty Crouch secret. But before we get started, if you love Harry Potter as much as I do, be sure to subscribe and give this video a thumbs up. The Crouch family was a much bigger part of the Harry Potter stories than the movies show us. For a lot of the Goblet of Fire book, Harry was trying to figure out why Barty Crouch was acting strangely during the Triwizard Tournament. But during the movie, Harry doesn't pay much attention to Crouch, and before we knew it, he was murdered. In both the Goblet of Fire book and movie, Harry discovers that Barty Crouch had a son who was convicted of being a Death Eater shortly after Voldemort's downfall. The same Death Eater, Barty Crouch Jr., winds up being the person Harry had grown close to that year as he was disguised as Mad-Eye Moody. What we don't get in the movies are the details of Crouch Jr.'s escape from Azkaban and the relationship with his father, which are what made The Goblet of Fire the darkest Harry Potter book up to that point. After Harry was taken to Mad-Eye Moody's office after the third task, the Goblet of Fire movie shows Dumbledore force Barty Crouch Jr. to reveal himself, and that was the end of it. However, in the book, Dumbledore used the Veritaserum to make Barty Crouch Jr. reveal the whole story from beginning to end. Jr. explained how after he was sent to Azkaban, his sickly mother begged Crouch Sr. to help their son escape. He finally agreed to use Polyjuice Potion to allow Mrs. Crouch to trade places with Barty Jr. She died in Azkaban so her beloved son could have a second chance at life. Barty Crouch Jr.'s circumstances weren't much better after that. His father kept him under the Imperious Curse to ensure he never steps out of line. Crouch Jr. was always under the watchful eye of the family's house elf, Winky. That is until the events of the Quidditch World Cup in Harry Potter, where he willed himself out of his father's control, stole Harry's wand, and slipped away. The continued abuse from his father after his escape from Azkaban helped ensure that Crouch Jr. was only all that more eager to join Voldemort and Peter Pettigrew and become more powerful so that his father could never hurt him again. As part of their plot, Crouch Jr. put Crouch Sr. under the Imperious Curse to ensure that the Triwizard Tournament went his way. Eventually, his father was no longer useful, and Jr. was only too willing to kill his father. Crouch family was a great example of the corruption within the Ministry of Magic and how tempting Lord Voldemort's mission was to those who had grown mistreated and abused. Introduced another example of how a mother's love can do powerful things, which is repeated several times throughout the Harry Potter series. Still, no matter how much the Crouch family plot contributed to the series, it was left out of the movies. This is likely because Barty Crouch Jr.'s full story couldn't have been told without including another missing character from the series, which is Winky the house elf. Inclusion of another house elf would have driven up the film's budget and runtime even more. Between the added cost of creating the CGI house elf and the dependence on flashbacks to outline all of the confusing twists and turns that this would include, there just wasn't enough room in the Goblet of Fire movie for Barty Crouch Jr.'s backstory. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section and be sure to like and subscribe. Okay, love you. Bye.